Hello, 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 hello. It's so good to see y'all. So I've got a mini rant for you today. I've got a little bit of a bee in my bonnet about a couple different things. And I want to remind y'all today to call your moms. All right, call your moms. I'm sitting in my kitchen today. The office is over there, and I have a lazy boy here where the kitchen table goes. So I just want to chat with you for a minute because a couple different things have happened, and I've had a couple different conversations in the last week and a half maybe. And it's just really started to bother me. And so I want to talk to y'all a little bit about why you need to call your moms. And not just your birth mother. I want y'all to call all of your moms, okay? I want you to call your mom from your high school boyfriend or girlfriend. That woman helped raise you. She helped you stay out of a lot of trouble, and she fed you a lot, okay? She toted you around to the movies. She helped mom you, so call her. There was probably another lady that your mom was friends with when you were a little kid, and maybe your mom is still friends with her, but you can call that woman too and say, hey, how's it going? What's going on with you? Is everything okay? Do you need me to bring something? Because that woman mommed you also. When you were at the pool when you were a kid and your mom needed a break, that woman watched you. That woman poured into you. That woman may or may not have bought you Cosmo magazines before you probably should have been reading Cosmo magazines. Okay? I want you to call your mom from, maybe it was a teacher. Maybe in elementary, middle, or high school, there was one teacher and you could talk to her. You could confide in her. You could really say, I got a problem. And she would mom you. I want you to call all of those women. See, there's one of my moms now popping up. Maybe there was a woman or a professor or a boss when you were in college and you were too cool to call your mom, but you told this other woman and she mommed you. Call her. You haven't talked to her in years, maybe even decades. Call her and talk to her. Maybe you have a dad that was kind of like that you need to reach out to also. But I gotta tell y'all that, first of all, I didn't mean to get emotional on this one, but in the last week, I have talked to 3 of my moms, okay? And I see my mom every day. I go to dinner with her every day. I'm living in mom's rental house. I'm in Knoxville. I'm hanging out with mom, and dad's usually there too. So I get to hang out with mom and dad every single day. I can't convince them to go on any trips with me or do anything fun with me, but I do see them every single day at dinner, and I try to talk to them and see how their day was. And sometimes they tell me and sometimes they don't, but I try. But in the last week, I've talked to 3 of my moms who in the last 3 or 4 years, they've all lost their husbands. And they're a little bit lost without their husbands. And 2 of them have told me about their rental portfolio. One of them said that they'd had renters in their rental house for 11 years, and then before that they had tenants in there for 18 years, but now it's empty. And guess who used to go fix it? Guess who used to advertise it? Guess who used to put the sign in the yard? Guess who used to screen the tenants and take care of it? And now it's her. And she doesn't know exactly who to call to help with the flooring. She doesn't know exactly who to call to help with the paint. She doesn't know exactly how to start advertising it. And she doesn't know how to pick somebody that'll take care of it. And she doesn't know how to screen the tenants. And she's not even sure if that money is worth the headache. And it's been empty for a couple months now, and she's doing okay. And she just doesn't know what to do with the property. I talked to one of my moms who had a tenant and everything was going awesome until her tenant's husband died. And then she didn't know how to keep up with the property, so she just left. And left my mom, one of my moms, just on the hook for a mortgage payment that she couldn't afford if she didn't have a tenant. And again, she didn't know how to advertise to get that place rented. She didn't know how to screen those tenants. She didn't know how to pick the right tenant. She didn't know how to call or who to trust or how to make sure that she wasn't being taken advantage of from the contractor's perspective. And those two women broke my heart, y'all. And the third mom that I talked to, she didn't even have a rental house. But she told me the same story on her primary house that's been paid off forever. There's a little bit of this wrong and it needs a little bit of that. And she doesn't know who to call, and she doesn't know when the insurance will settle out, and she doesn't know if she's still going to get, the income that he was bringing in. Y'all call your moms. Because when I started these conversations with these women, that's not what we started out about. And all of them know that I love real estate. Like, with every cell in my body, I love real estate. But none of them started out with confiding and confessing all of the real estate issues that they were experiencing. None of them started out with that. You know what they told me about? They told me about you. They told me about their daughter. They told me about their son. They told me about their dog dying. They told me about their dad dying. They told me about how work was going. They told me about how church was going. They told me how proud they were of their grandkids. They showed me a new trick that their dog was doing. They just talked to me for 20 or 30 minutes before they ever said, I got a problem. And they never admitted that they had a problem. None of the three of them did. You know why? Because they're moms, y'all. They're not supposed to have problems. They're supposed to be the ones that got it all together. They're the real adults here, y'all. They are the real adults. They're the people that we go to with our problems. They're not supposed to have problems, but they do, y'all. All three of these women have mommed me in some of the best and worst things that I've ever been through in my life. I mean, they really held me together. And in the last week, all three of them have told me how small sections of their life is falling apart. And I never thought to ask until the last week, when I just talked to them and said, hey, what's going on? And I told them all stories about, some recent things that have happened that are funny or sad or whatever. We just talked. I told them stories about what had happened maybe while they were momming me that they may or may not have known about. But we also just rehashed some stories that we both remember from when they were momming me. It takes a village, y'all, and you've got a lot of moms out there cheering for you. You got a lot of moms out there praying for you. And I want you to call them. If you're in the neighborhood, stop in. They're eating dinner alone. Standing over the kitchen sink. Stop in and talk to them. Just knock on the door. They don't want you to bring anything. They don't want you to have anything. They don't want you to be anything. They just want you to stop in. Call your moms. Ask how they're going and wait on them to really tell you what's going on, because we all need each other. And these women broke my heart. Because their number one priority was, how am I doing? What am I doing? What do I have going on? How's my mom? They're worried about their kids, and they're worried about their grandkids, and they're worried about this, that, and the other. But y'all, they're also worried about making their car payment. Call your moms. Friend of mine that I haven't talked to since high school, but who follows me on Facebook and watches some of my videos and sees my posts and does all that, he called me out of the clear blue sky and said, my mom's in trouble. Can you help her? His dad had passed, and it was the same thing. That house was too big for mom now. Mom didn't know who to call. He's out living his life. Like Jeanette says, she's 8 hours away from her mom. He's 8 hours away. But I'm here. And he called and he said, I need some help. My mom needs some help. He said, Whitney, you're the only one that I would trust. I know other people that could probably go help my mom, but you know who to tell her to call. You know how to help her. You know how to do this real estate stuff. And my mom needs help. Y'all, call your moms. Call that mom that in the 8th grade when you didn't make the cheerleading team and your friend's mom came over and brought ice cream. Call her. Call her and find out what's going on. Stop by and see her, and don't wait until she's sick or you're sick or something bad happens. Just stop by. There's a lot of our moms out there, y'all, that need us. And I started in real estate investing. I got my Whitney Buys Houses shirt on. Sorry, I didn't mean to cry on y'all. I really want you to call your moms. Call all your moms. Call your real mom. Call your birth mom. Call the mom that was the fun mom. Call the mom that was the stuffy mom, who now you realize was actually a really good mom. Call them, y'all. Call all of your moms. All right? I can think of probably 10 women that helped raise me, that for some reason in the last month or so, they've all just kind of popped up in my life in different ways, and I love them all so much. But when I sit down and talk to them, y'all, they're stressed out. And I started in real estate to help people. Because one of my moms went through a bad situation, and at that time I didn't know how to help her. And I had to watch her go through a hard time. And I've been through a lot of hard times myself. I've learned a lot myself. But now, thankfully, I'm at a place that when one of my moms calls and says, I need help, I can go help her. Even if her house is 3 or 4 hours away. Luckily, I have friends 3 or 4 hours away. Luckily, I've got women that I've helped help other women that are 3 or 4 hours away or 8 hours away or whatever. And I can call one of them and they can reach out to somebody else and say, there's a woman that's in trouble and she needs our help. Even if I'm not the one that can buy her house, even if I'm not the one that knows the best plumber to call close by, I can help her look. I can stop by and tell her how I can help or what I can do, or even show her how to use her phone, how to use her camera, how to use her apps. Y'all call your moms. Stop by if you're in the area and talk to them. I went by one of my mom's houses last night and she wasn't home. So I left a business card on her front door and she'll call me when she gets a chance. But I went by another one of my mom's houses last night. We talked for like an hour. Just catching up. Just talking about what was going on. And just being there for each other. And that was so much fun. I went by another mom's house last night too. I got to talk to 2 of my moms last night. And I left and I was so happy because I felt like I helped them. Even just a little bit. And that's why we're in real estate, y'all. We're here to help. I go through a lot of bumps and bruises so that I've got myself in a situation when somebody needs me, I can help them. Or I can point them in the right direction. But if y'all don't start calling your moms, you're never going to know when they need you. If you don't let people know that you're in real estate, if you don't let people know that you're flipping houses or that you're buying apartments or that you're doing whatever, then they don't know to reach out and say, hey, Whit, I need some help. They don't know to call you and say, hey, Whit, my mom needs some help. One of my moms last night, I was able to really help her with a real estate problem because life has just kind of gotten a hold of her and just taken her for a ride. And another mom, she just needed a plumber's phone number, it turned out. She just needed a little boost. She just needed a hug. She just needed somebody to say, you got this, you're fine. She just needed somebody to laugh with her. They both just needed someone to talk to for a little bit. Y'all call your moms. Call your birth mom. Call your real mom. Call the woman that raised you. Maybe it was your grandma. Maybe it was your aunt. Just call and let them know that you're here. Before they get themselves in a bind. Before they get all tangled up. Call them and help them. They helped you. They helped you turn into the woman that you are. Call and mom them now. Okay? Yes, I'm okay. A lot of you have asked if I'm okay. I'm okay. I just really wish I'd called and been able to help sooner. You know? One of my moms went through a situation that she didn't have to go through. I could have helped her, but I didn't know. Because she's a mom. She's a real woman. She's a strong woman. She helped raise me, and I had no idea that she needed my help now. So I want y'all to call your moms. Call all of the women that helped raise you. Oh, if it takes you a week, do it. My mom and dad stayed home last night and called all the old people in the church. And it took them like 4 hours because guess what? All those women just wanted to talk. Maybe they don't need anything. Maybe you'll have to call them 2 or 3 different times before they tell you what they actually need. But call them now and get that conversation started so you can help them. That's why we're in real estate. That's why we're women. That's why we make the best real estate investors. Because we love on each other. That's how we get these deals done. We just love on each other. We problem solve with each other. We already know, like, and trust each other. And a lot of your moms have some real estate problems and they need some help on it. Call your moms. I'm going to have to go call my mom now. Yes, I'm okay. I just want everybody to start calling on your moms, helping them. Okay? Call even though it's not Mother's Day or her birthday. Just call her because it's Friday. Bye, y'all.